Hi everyone, and welcome back to Make Me Unusual. Thank you so much for being here. So today we're going to be doing my 5-minute, and that's 5 minutes, face. So if you're interested in seeing that routine, then stay tuned.
So come on, give me love. I'ma show you how to move with my body. Come hit me with your touch and make me wanna say.
I am the type of person that is fairly all or nothing when it comes to makeup, meaning it's either like a full glam face or like nothing at all. I have no problems going outside without makeup on. For somebody that does makeup as both a hobby and a job, if I don't have to wear makeup, I will not wear makeup. But this routine is for those days where I need makeup on, but I have like very little time to do it, and I can get this done in no time. For the interest of being able to show you how long it actually does take me to do it, I'm going to show you the products that I use first, and then I will just do my full face in the manner that I would, so they can show you how like quickly I get it done. So this requires very little makeup actually, but like I said, you don't ever need makeup, but this is just a very simple, very quick makeup routine. If you are looking for something very quick, very simple. It's good for work from home, it's good for like just quick trips, it's good for a full day. You can wear this makeup all day. So yeah, just for a little backstory or just some information, I have combo oily skin, so this works for me. If you have like really dry skin, you could still do this. I would just increase the amount of moisturizer that you use. So in order to prep for this makeup, I just make sure that I wash and moisturize my face. So the moisturizer that I used today is the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Face Cream. This is the moisturizer that I always have here with me. So you don't have to use these specific. I'm gonna go over the items that you're going to need for this, and you don't need these specific things, but this is what I use. So right now my face is just moisturized. I don't use a primer because, like I said, this is very quick. Like, is very quick. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 10 products in front of me, and 3 of them are unnecessary. Like, they're not mandatory for this look. I just have them here as options, and I also need to wear this makeup. I'm filming something else after this, so I'm just doing a little extra. So the first product I'm going to recommend is one of the non-mandatory ones. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I love this for correcting, and because we're using such little makeup, if I'm having like a really bad under eye day, or I just want some extra brightness or just a little bit more dimension in the face, I will throw this on under for that purpose. Otherwise, I will skip this entirely. The next thing you'll need is concealer. So I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Concealer here, and I have it in 2 shades. One is much lighter than the other one, so I have Tan Neutral and Deep Olive. The Tan Neutral I just use for like highlighting, extra highlighting, and then Deep Olive I use for like supplementary. So it's the base concealer. Now the reason I'm using such light concealers is because I'm using a powder foundation today, and with powder foundation you put your creams down first and then the foundation over it, so that will make the concealer itself darker. I will be using and demonstrating the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear foundation in a powder, so it's full matte coverage and waterproof. I don't know if it's waterproof. I've never actually tested that, but this is 355 Sienna. I really like this foundation, this powder foundation. It is the best powder foundation I have tried from the drugstore. However, it could have a better shade range. That's just my personal opinion on that. But yeah, this is the powder foundation I'm going to be using. I do have other powder foundations that I do. The MAC Studio Fix was my first powder foundation love. As you can see, I've gone through many of these. And then Makeup Forever has one as well that I do have, but it's in my purse. I will put it on the screen. But those are my top recommendations for a powder foundation. The next thing you're going to need is a loose or a pressed, but a setting powder for the concealer parts, just to help keep some of that brightness. So this is the Givenchy Prisme Libre powder. You don't have to use this powder in specific. This is just the powder I've been using lately. So you need a setting powder. You will need a highlighting or a glowy powder blush. This will give you more dimension to the face. It also takes away the need to highlight if you want to do a two-in-one thing. So this is the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten powder blush. This is in Tropic Hues. I love this blush formula. I've been meaning to pick up other colors in this. I do highly recommend it. You don't have to use this one in particular, but a highlighting blush. You don't want anything too metallic. You want it to be a powder blush with highlight, so that's what the Laura Geller one is. So it is a matte blush with streaks of like mica filled powder in it, so it's more of a powder blush with a topper. You don't want anything like this. This is the Melt Phoenix Digital Dust. This is essentially a dark highlighter, like a blush highlight. Nothing like this. This is way too metallic for what we're going for. Alright. For my brows, I don't have to fill them in if I don't want to. And especially for this level of makeup, they don't need to be overdone. So all I use is some brow gel. This is the NYX brow glue. I'm not going to hold this up too tough because it looks disgusting in here, but the NYX brow glue I'm going to use. You'll need mascara. The mascara I'm going to be using today is the Maybelline Sky High. This doesn't give a whole lot of volume, but it does give a lot of length. It's called Sky High. So yes, it does make your eyelashes really long. And again, because this is going to be like a lighter kind of makeup day, I'm okay with that. I won't be wearing false eyelashes today with this look. And then the last thing that is necessary is a lip gloss. Any lip gloss. You can use a lipstick. I just find, like I said, it is a lesser amount of makeup that we are using, so I don't want anything really like full coverage glam. So I'm using a lip gloss. This one is the Pat McGrath Bronze Temptation Lust Gloss Lip Gloss. I think the color is Bronze Temptation. This is the Lust Gloss. So I'm going to be using this. This is new. I just got this. But any lip gloss will do. Usually my go-to is the Pout Balm Plumping Gloss in the shade Cookie. This is in the shade Glaze. This is just the clear one, but I have one in the shade Cookie, which is my favorite lip gloss at the moment. It's in my bag. It's in my purse, and I don't feel like going to get it. any lip gloss will work. Now, the last two optional items, like I said I had, are a highlight and a bronzer. So I have a powder bronzer. This is the Fenty Beauty Cocoa Naughty, if you just want that extra dimension, and a soft highlight, because again, this is not like a full glam, this is more like a soft glam. So I have a soft highlight. You don't need to use this one, especially because this is limited edition and it's no longer sold, but this is the Patrick Star MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Baby It's Gold Outside. It's huge, which is why I still use it, and I got it as a gift, which is why I still use it. But it looks like this. It is the Mineralized Skin Finish formula. I recommend the formula itself. I have other shades in this formula, so I recommend like this product in general. It doesn't have to be this color in particular. That is all that I recommend. I want to talk briefly about brushes. Two brushes in particular. So for a powder foundation, I still use foundation brush. So a packed kabuki style brush is what I use. For more coverage, this has decent coverage by the way, but if you want more coverage from a powder foundation, you could either use a sponge, latex free, like this. That comes in here, by the way. It's a full compact, so if you open up like that, so you can use a sponge with it if you want extra coverage, or you can spray this with a setting spray and use it as a wet or a liquid item. But speaking of setting spray, we need one more thing for this, and that is a mist kind of spray. You don't need anything too heavy duty, so nothing like an all-night setting spray, but you want something to take the powdery finish away. So I use either the Olay mist for that added hydration as well as to absorb that powderiness, or the Veil Soft Focus Setting Spray. The only reason I prefer the Olay mist is because it's a little bit more heavy duty in the spray, and I like to drench my face when I do full powder, just because it penetrates a little bit better. But you can use this as well. You just have to spray. Now that we've gone through that, the only thing that you will need to make sure of is your face is washed and moisturized with your preferred moisturizer. The only other brush that like I really want to discuss is a concealer brush. So a brush for the concealer. I use this to both blend out and set my concealer. I'm also going to use this to blend out the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. So yes, this is the Morphe E8, and the brush that I was talking about for the foundation is the Alamar. This is their bronzer brush, but I use this for foundation. So all right, I'm a little nervous. I'm just gonna zoom you in a little bit. Okay, so I'm not going to speak much or it's going to defeat the purpose. I am just gonna go ahead and do this, and it'll probably take a little longer than I usually do it for because I know I'm being filmed. But anyways, okay. full face of makeup. And it just looks awesome. It's not like an overly highlighted look, but it is very glowy for a full powder look of makeup. And I know, like, I just sprayed my face like a billion times, but that is how you get it to look fully radiant, although it is all matte powder products. So it's probably more like 10 minutes, but I mean, if you take out the highlight, bronzer, and the filter, the flawless filter, you can cut that down. And like I said, because I was being filmed, it would take longer. But what I enjoy about powder foundation is just, it's a little bit more forgiving, especially in the whole like blending situation. So you save a lot more time in that regard because you don't have to over blend. You don't have to blend so much. You just put it all in there. But what you save in blending time, you have to make up for in building up coverage. So if you want something as, I'd call this medium to full, I can still see some things through it, but it is pretty full coverage. That was about 3 passes of the powder, and like I said, if you spray it or use a sponge, it is a little bit quicker. But yeah, so what you take away in blending, you will add some of that time back in just like building the coverage, but you have to build coverage with liquid foundation as well sometimes, so it's not really a trade-off. You don't have to set it. There's less layers of makeup on my face right now compared to what my normal routine is, like my full glam routine is. But obviously this gives you a lighter glam, which a lot of people like. This would be full glam for a lot of people. But yeah, I think it just looks really natural, really pretty, effortless kind of looking. It's like a soft glam kind of moment. I really like this lip gloss. I think like the lip gloss is adding to the etherealness. Now that I'm glowy from, I really like the finish of this, and I would take the extra 2 minutes to add the filter as well as the highlight just to give it that overall, like, look at that, that is beautiful. Just to give it that overall kind of je ne sais quoi. I do love a blush, like a radiant blush with this, just because it gives your face a little bit more dimension versus a matte blush, and I think it just fits, it's more appropriate in this manner. But yeah, this is going to hold up as well. Like, it holds up really well because it's a powder foundation. It allows the skin to breathe a lot more, I find, and it's not like suffocating, so it doesn't try to counteract all of the makeup that's on the skin, and there's less going on in the center, so there's less to break down. And I think it holds up well, like really well. There was a brief period in time where I only wore powder foundation, and I might have to go back to that because there was a reason that I loved me a powder foundation, because it really did look just much better. Sometimes if you are new to makeup, I would recommend a powder foundation. This really is a good jump off point. liquid foundation and liquid products can get very discouraging. Liquid and cream products can get very discouraging very quickly. It took me a long time to get into, like, aside from liquid foundation, just like cream products, because they're just a little bit, they can be a little bit overwhelming to work with. So yeah, that is my, call it 10-minute face. So if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.